Well, it's cold up north, and we're back in NASCAR country. I put a Facebook post out. Does anybody know of any cool old cars that we can go explore? We got a lead that we're going to right now. A gentleman's got some muscle cars and a chicken coop. Sounds like our style. Let's go. Well, hopefully this will be worth it. We had to get up pretty early to get here. There's a chicken coop back there, and apparently that's where many of the cars are. So we're going to go take a walk back there now. We'll take the white car, the white truck. Okay. So you ran a chicken business here? Huh. We're in a 500-foot long chicken coop here, which has some old tractors, obviously some cars, engines, farm equipment, lawn mowers, and here's a couple of other old cars. There's a 47 Buick, but here we have another muscle car, another 67 Olds 442. This is also vinyl top. I don't know what color it was, like a silvery gray. A very, very complete car. The valve cover says 442 on the decal. It's got a Jetfire decal on the air cleaner. So again, another 400 cubic inch factory air car, 67. You can see this vinyl top is peeling off pretty badly. And it's got mounted automatic transmission, bucket seats. It's got another air cleaner cover in the back. It's got the right wheels, logos, and you can see it's been sitting in this chicken coop for a long time. The wheels are sunk down into the dirt, but it looks like a pretty good car. I asked the gentleman, is this a parts car for the other one? He said, no, that's another pretty good car. Now this one is a rare beast. It's a 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. If I'm not mistaken, back in the early 70s, this was the fastest production car in America. I think this would be the Corvette back in the day, if I have my memory correct. Another factory air car, and that's a 455 cubic inch. An amazing car. I'm not quite sure on the specs of the Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3. All I know is that the Buick GS, the 455, was an incredible muscle car for the time. And it was a comfortable car as well. It was, you know, that creature comforts, air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, but it was also the fastest car on the road, or one of the fastest cars on the road. This looked like it was a copper color, kind of a copper color, a vinyl roof, the front portion of it. So this gentleman has owned these cars for 30, 35 years. These are time machines because he bought nice cars. So it's got a bench seat, automatic on a column, little torn up interior. All right, cool. We've been invited to take a look at a few muscle cars that this gentleman has. This being the first one, it's a 1967 Oldsmobile 442, a rare car. You see the logo right here, 442. This was a red car with a black vinyl top. It's a 67, and this gentleman bought it in 1970. It's got bucket seats, a console. I thought it was the his and her shifter, but it's an automatic. It's automatic. Let me see if I can push this. There we go. Nice clean interior, the original steering wheel, tachometer down below the dash. It's got 72,000 miles. Great car. I mean, look at these seats, original seats. Back seats, nice shape. Carpets in nice shape. Tim, what was the engine in here? Is it a 330 or something? 400. A 400. See, the car has been disassembled for painting. There we go. I mean, it's all original. Look at the right air cleaner, 442. It's a 400 cubic inch. Got power steering, power brakes, factory air conditioning. It's still painted the original gold Oldsmobile color. You can see the original red paint in here. This is a clean car. I mean, you don't find barn finds like this very often, but we're in the South, and this car's been in a carport for most of its life. We've been doing the Barn Find Hunter series now for a couple of years, and this is the first time we've come across an early Olds 442. I'm kind of excited. I mean, these are the kind of cars that I grew up admiring when I was in high school. And not only is there one, but there's two. The Olds 442 was started in 1964 as a package. 442 stood for 4-speed, 4-barrel dual exhaust. In 65, you could start getting an automatic, and 442 was just a model designation. It didn't mean anything. So this was the third year of the Olds 442 construction, and you know, this car is an incredibly clean, wonderful car. Yeah, and I was wondering, like, why don't we find more 442s in our barn find hunting series? And we find Chevelles and we find Mustangs. I guess these were lower production. So our Hagerty price guide we have here would list this car in number 4 condition, which is fair, at $17,200. In good condition, $27,000. In excellent condition, $38,300. And in concourse condition, $52,800. So probably this car would be somewhere in the $20,000 range for its condition. It needs to be restored. It needs a paint job. It needs the chrome put back on. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit, a new vinyl roof. So it's probably somewhere in the $20,000 price range. Certainly a car you don't see every day. Lots of Chevelles, lots of Pontiac GTOs. This would be the more unusual car to pull up at a Cars and Coffee on a Saturday morning. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for allowing us to go into your chicken coop and into your carport and see in your car today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good morning.
You too.
Well, here's another 1970 Buick. Is this a 70?
70.
Okay, here's another 1970 Buick. It's a Skylark, and this was purchased as a parts car for the GS that we saw on the other side of the building. So this got a 350 in it, but it was bought for the black interior. That was a snake. Here's a 66 or 67 Corvair Corsa. The Corvair had a 6-cylinder motor, pancake flat 6. This has 4 carburetors, so this was right underneath the turbocharged version. But apparently it's eaten up with rust, so it might not ever see the road again.